First, we got LinkedIn. We're going to put LinkedIn at C tier. Now, a lot of people go to LinkedIn to find roles. So why is LinkedIn at a C and not at a higher rank? Because here's the thing. When I first got into remote high-ticket sales, it took me less than a week to land my first role, where I got to six-figure run rate in less than a couple months. Since then, I never struggled to land a quality role. I landed roles at the top companies in the industry, including Sales Sniper, who was back then the #1 sales agency in the industry, as well as 7th Level, starting for Mr. Jeremy Miner. And I got the 20K to 30K a month in commissions, becoming one of the top performers. Even inside of our licensing program, Real Sales System, it takes on average 1 to 4 weeks for a sales rep to come in and land their first remote high-ticket sales role. When most sales reps trying to break into remote high-ticket sales, it takes about 3 to 6 months, if even that, if they ever land the role. So how do we do that? First and foremost is we never use LinkedIn. It's not that LinkedIn is bad. I mean, I'm sure there's some great roles out there in LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is especially great for if you're trying to land like a corporate sales job or something like that, or a corporate job in general. But a lot of the quality roles when it comes to these remote high-ticket sales roles where you could make 10K, 20K, 30K a month, I just haven't found in LinkedIn. Maybe there's some out there. I never had to use LinkedIn. I mean, I haven't even logged into LinkedIn in maybe 5 or 6 years. I can't even log in. So that's why I put this at a C. Now, next up is we got referrals, aka getting a referral to land the role at the company. I would rank referrals at an S tier. The reason why it's at an S tier is because here's the thing. If you're getting a referral from someone inside of the organization, you're getting into the organization, you already know pretty much the ins and outs of how the sales role works. Because if you probably talk to like a sales rep inside of the organization, so on and so forth, they would have told you what the lead quality looks like, how much calls you're getting, how much they're actually making, not this OTE, on target earning bullshit. Because here's the thing about OTE. OTE in this industry doesn't mean jack shit. In other industries, it can make more sense. When it comes to remote high-ticket sales, it's a random number that these companies are pulling out of their ass. And so it happens all the time when, let's say, a business comes to me and say, hey, I'd like to hire sales reps from your program. I say, okay, cool. So what's the sales reps currently making in commissions at the moment? And they'll be like, well, the OTE is 20K a month. And I'll ask, well, OTE is great. How much are the sales reps currently making in your company? And they'll go, oh, 4K a month. And I'm like, you see how those two things are completely different. Whereas, we'll also have other companies that are coming to us, hey, we'll hire sales reps from your program, and their sales reps currently are making 10K, 20K, 30K a month in commissions. You know what I'm saying? So through referrals, number one, you get a better understanding of their company, what their culture's like, their management, so on and so forth, as well is whoever gave you the referrals is probably going to say good things about you to the company, which increase your chance of landing a role at the company. And this is how I got my first ever sales role, first ever remote high-ticket sales role at that. I already had a friend that was working inside of a company where their top reps were making 10K to 15K a month in commissions at the time. And so, I mean, I didn't have to do much vetting, right? Because he's already inside. He's telling us, right? He's already telling me what the call volume is like, the lead quality is like, so on and so forth. And also because he thought highly of my work ethic, so on and so forth, he said good things about me to the hiring manager. So when I got on the call with the hiring manager for an interview, it wasn't even like an interview. It was already a pre-gone thought that it was pretty much like a lay down at that point, right? If you want to call it that. So I got that interview and landed the role and start taking calls in less than a week. So if you know some people that are already working inside of a company, their sales reps are good, making good money, this is a great way to get a quality remote high-ticket sales role. Now, we're going to go to the rest of the list here. If you also want to know not just where the best places to find these roles, but also how do you get the interview and increase your best chance of getting the role, even with lower track record, I put together a video on that whole process. So I'll leave that video in the first link in the description box below, so you can go to that right after you get done with this video. Now, Indeed, I would put it at a C tier because I never had to use Indeed, and a lot of sales reps who are in door-to-door car sales, corporate sales roles, they'll come to us wanting to transition into remote high-ticket sales to spend more time with their family. They tried Indeed because that's what they do in those traditional sales roles, right? Like car sales. Probably, if you're watching this, if you're an in-person sales rep right now, how you got the sales job you have at the moment, the thing is, in this industry, the good roles are not on Indeed. Same thing with ZipRecruiter. I would also put it at C tier. I never had to use any of these platforms, and also, I just hear more bad things about these platforms than good things. So I just haven't found quality roles in these platforms, so I'll put these at a C tier. Next up, what is this? Facebook groups. Here's the thing about Facebook groups, okay? You know how we talked about OTE doesn't mean jack shit in this industry. If you go to these Facebook groups, first of all, a lot of these Facebook groups are very, very sketchy. When you scroll to these Facebook groups for these job boards and remote high-ticket sales job boards, so on and so forth, I would say 80 to 90% of the roles that are posted on Facebook groups are complete dog shit. Because when people, either they have their VAs posting these Facebook groups, try to get some desperate sales reps, so on on and so forth. A lot of these companies are what we call startup companies or scam offers. Okay, startups meaning that they're below 100 grand a month. They barely have their lead flow figured out, their fulfillment figured out. And so what these companies want is desperate sales reps to come in and somehow revive their business. That's their entire business model. So in these Facebook groups, it's bad for both parties. So number one, the roles are bad, as well as the talent you're going to find in those groups are bad because there's desperate sales reps. They don't know how to go find legitimate roles the right way that are working right now in 2025, 2026, going and so on and so forth. And so Facebook groups, it really pains me seeing a lot of sales reps trying to scavenge. It's like a needle in a haystack. Are there good sales roles in Facebook groups? Maybe. I just haven't found one, a solid one myself. I mean, there's a lot of roles there, but a lot of them are dog shit, like I said. So I'd rank this as an F. So what is this one? Next up, we got joining a paid program. I know some people are going like, oh, you're just saying that, Brian, so you can sell your course. Yeah, I am. At the same time, there's a lot of truth behind this because when I first got into the industry, like I said, the first role I got was through a referral. Now, the next roles I got, which a lot of people, that was my dream roles, like I said, going to Sales Sniper and going to 7th level, as well as what other people would just drool over to get into these roles. I got it through a paid program. I invested $17,000 to get into one program. And here's the thing. It's not that the program alone promised me placement because that's not what that program is about. That program only focused on getting better with your skills in terms of how to get better with your questions, objection, and so on and so forth. Now, still, what happened was I was one of the most proactive and hardworking client inside of the program. And so what happened was, number one, I got better. So the coaches noticed that, as well as other people inside of the program noticed that because there were other people like sales managers, other sales reps who were already selling for companies. They noticed that because I was showing up day in and day out and they could tell that I was getting good. I was getting better. Back then, I was still early in my career, but compared to most people, still I was one of their best clients at the time. So what happened was this. So one of the coaches inside of the program, they messaged me one day saying that, hey man, do you want to come work for Sales Sniper? And that coach was Matt Ryder, who was at the time the CEO of Sales Sniper. I don't know if Sales Sniper is still around, to be frank, but at the time they had access to some of the best offers. And so when Matt shot me the message, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's a no-brainer for me. And so the reason why I was able to do that is because I had proximity with these people and they saw that, they saw my skills, they saw my work ethic. So it's a lot easier for me to get in. Now, after I got to Sales Sniper, I became one of the top reps there. The first month I was in, I was a top rep out of 4 reps. I was outselling the other 3 reps combined by myself. And so at that point, what happened was 7th level recruited me. Hey, do you want to come sell for 7th level at the time, right? So Anthony Vazzari and Marco Cortese, who was part of the organization at the time, they recruited me to come sell for 7th level. And so what we did inside of our licensing program, Real Sales System, is we have a little bit of both, right? Inside of our program, yeah, we show students how to go find these roles, how to distinguish a bad offer from a good offer. And for the novices watching this, offers are basically companies that you'd be selling for in this remote high ticket sales industry. So we show the different checklists because one of the biggest mistakes that people make, biggest mistake that sales reps make going into a company, going to remote high ticket sales is that they just blindly listen to what the interviewer, whether it be the business owner or the sales manager, is telling them instead of properly screening the company they'll be selling for. Okay? Because here's the thing. We have a saying, women are liars, men are liars, offer owners are almost always liars. Meaning that it's not really their fault. It's their job to sell you their vision. Right? But the thing is, if you just go in thinking that, oh, the OT is 20 grand a month. Oh, we're drowning in leads, bro. I've heard that I'm drowning in leads, bro, so often to the point where it's like a girl saying to me, oh, I'm not the kind of girl. They're almost always that kind of girl. So same thing here. We don't want to just listen to their words. We want to have a proper screening process in place, have a proper checklist, which we give to our members inside of Real Sales System. And so that's a side point. But yes, we show how to do that, right? We show our members how to nail the interviews, even with the lack of track record, okay? As long as you're well-spoken and you have the aptitude to actually get better every single day and work hard. And also we have something called an offer board where we post offers. These companies are looking for good, solid closers. Now, this could be like a smaller offer and ranging anywhere between like a 4K a month part-time offer, as well as offers that where closers are making 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month, upwards of 80K a month in commissions. Now, to be fair, that's more of an outlier. But yeah, the 10K to 20K a month roles, not OT, but sales reps are actually making that. It's not so uncommon. So we post those as well. Now, at the same time, we also have sales managers, recruiters, and business owners inside of the program as well. Because either they themselves want to get better at sales, so they came in and now they're in a position where they're looking for sales rep for their own company or for other companies. And I get conservatively 2 to 3 DMs a day of business owners and recruiters. Hey, Brian, do you have any solid closers? We're not looking for these princess closers that just graduate from Sales Queen Academy, only want inbound calls. but we want very highly skilled and hardworking closers. So that's why they come to us, because we have a very anti-princess approach when it comes to being a successful salesperson in this industry. So I would rank paid program as an S tier. Listen, you can do whatever the fuck you want, okay? You can just take the hard roads like, yo, you know what? Let me go to Facebook groups. Let me go to LinkedIn, or we're going to talk about other approaches too. Let me send out a whole bunch of fucking cold DMs on Instagram. You can take the harder road if you want. Me personally, I needed to get to my goal fucking yesterday. I don't have time, and I take on the responsibility as a man to have the best life possible for myself, and more importantly, for the people that I love, people that I care about. So I don't have time. I'll spend money to get my time back. So that's personally me. You can do whatever the fuck you want, okay? Now, speaking of which, the random cold DMs on Instagram, I get these all the time as well, where whether it be people sending me DMs all the time. Hey, bro, are you in need of a closer? Hey, bro, are you in need of an appointment setter? Hey, bro, I'll make you a lot of money. Now, with this approach, the thing is, I get these DMs at a regular basis, several times a day. And at the time of this recording right now, I have less than 3,000 followers at this point. And so if you're going into a more bigger company where they have 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, well, guess what? Number one, you get buried. They get that all the fucking times, man. And a lot of times, people, again, going into sales reps, not even knowing how to distinguish an established company versus a less established company, they'll just send out a whole bunch of random DMs to creators or businesses that are making like 10K, 20K a month. Dude, you're going to make jack all. You're going to make fuck all commissions in those companies. And so therefore, random DMs on Instagram, I mean, it can be a hit or miss. I would put this as a C. Next up, we got, what is this? YouTube. How do you get sales roles from YouTube? So we have an entire process for this, again, that we share to our licensing members instead of a real sales system. But long story short, what you do is you go to YouTube and you find more established channels, established businesses, and you find their contact information, whether through a website, email, Instagram, that way, and then you contact them. Now, you might be saying, well, Brian, I thought Instagram cold DMing is bad. Yes, if you are just sending cold DMs to random companies, random businesses where you haven't even vetted, you haven't even gone through the whole screening process from the outside. But if you have gone through it, and from the outside it seems like, okay, it checks some of the boxes here, then yeah, of course, Instagram just is a communication channel, right? So the thing about YouTube is that YouTube traffic, YouTube leads are the best quality leads. Why do you think I'm spending time and money making this video right now and posting on YouTube when I have a million one other things to do? Okay, I could be at a beach club right now, which I'm going through right after this. Well, it's because if somebody pulled out their phone, went into YouTube, either typed in those keywords or watching, even if you're watching this far into the video right now, what are we, like 7-10 minutes into the video? You're still watching this. You don't have some TikTok brain, right? Because the thing was, if someone's watching like Toronto TikTok, they can't even focus for 0.7 seconds. But if somebody like an intelligent individual like yourself is stayed on for 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 50 minutes, they spend 20 minutes, maybe even an hour watching a YouTube video and staying still, paying attention, that just means that the lead quality is high. So imagine if somebody has 10K subscribers on YouTube, 20K, 30K subscribers on YouTube. Obviously, not always, okay, but a higher probability of it being a more established business and them having more higher quality leads. So therefore, going to YouTube, I'd rank this as an A tier. Now, next up, what do we got? Next up, we got these WhatsApp group chats where they post these job boards on these group chats. Now, this is more on the down low. Not that many people know about these at the moment of recording right now. Because when I look at these WhatsApp group chats right now, there's maybe 50, 100 people in the group chats, but they're posting dozens and dozens and dozens of offers in there on a daily, weekly basis. I mean, there's even a whole Google Doc. I'm thinking one WhatsApp group chat right now in particular, where there's a Google Doc of 75 different offers. Now, are all of them good quality offers? Not necessarily, but some of them are a lot higher quality than the ones you're going to find in those random Facebook groups, LinkedIn, Indeed, so on and so forth. Now, the thing with this is that you need to be in the industry for a while to even know that these group chats exist, let alone find the right group chats, because there are shitty group chats out there with shitty roles. Now, with this, obviously, we share these specific group chats to our members inside our real sales system. These can be a bit hit or miss, okay? Like I said, these may not be as high quality as the ones you're going to find in paid programs or referrals, or maybe even maybe YouTube. I'll say it would kind of rival. I'm debating between whether to put these as an A or a B. I would put these as a B since it can be hit or miss, but not a bad source to find quality offers for sure. Now, great. Now you know the worst places to find quality remote high-ticket sales roles, and you know the best places to find quality remote high-ticket sales roles. But how do you get the interview? As well as how do you land a role from the interview in the first place? I put together a video on that. People liked it. Go to the first link in the description box below or go right over here and I'll see you there.